Welcome to Espresso Yourself, the podcast where mom life, running life, and teaching life collide.
We're three women juggling lesson plans, long runs, and real life chaos, sharing honest conversations about motherhood, miles, and making a difference in and out of the classroom.
Whether you're listening on a run, in the carpool line, or hiding out with your coffee, you're in the right place.
So lace up,
Tune in,
And let's do life together.
Welcome back to Espresso Yourself. It is finally May, and I know we are feeling all the feels of May. I don't know where April went. I felt like April just flew by, and I know May is going to do the same thing as I look at my calendar and think we have 3 full weeks left of school in 2 days, so 17 days left. And it's full and full of activities outside and inside of the classroom. So we're going to blink, it's going to be over, and then we're going to blink and summer is going to be over, and it's going to be August, and we're going to be starting again. And I'm like, what the heck? So I don't know about you guys, but I love May because we've got that summer itch, but also like the to-do list is ridiculous. I saw yours, Becky, the other day. It cracked me up, and I'm like, yeah, like I have to-do lists all over my classroom at my house. Half of my house stuff gets put on the back burner because I'm just trying to survive till summer break.
Yeah. I put up that whole list of May events in my classroom. Like I wrote it out when my students were in front of me. And they were like, there's more, there's more, there's more. Look at all those things that we're doing. But I've seen, I think they're called the Holderness family. Is that
Yes, I love
like they
them.
make all these parodies? So and I've heard this term before, but the latest reel that I saw of theirs, they call it Maycember because it's just as busy as December, just without the
Mhm.
holidays. And there's just how is there so much to do? And I'm like, I know we do this every year. I get it,
Mhm.
but how is there so much to do? And it's all fun stuff. But like I have to prepare for it now for the end of the month, and I've been preparing for it for the last 3 weeks so that when we get there, I'm not so stressed and I can actually enjoy it. But it's a lot, and we're coming up on the busiest week, like, of the entire year. We have Moana that's coming up on Friday night and Saturday, so we have rehearsals Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday until 6 o'clock. And it's then we have the show on Friday, so they stay at school after school, and then the show starts at 6:30, and then we do the show that's over at about, like, 8-ish, and then clean up and whatever, and then we come back to school at 11 o'clock the next day and do a show that's at 2 o'clock, and then we collapse because 'cause we're so tired, and simultaneously, we also have playoffs for baseball.
Well, you did talk
And so
about
we have
that.
practice Monday night. So the Carson's team is in first place right now, which is and no, they're just in first place. The regular season ended, which is great. His team has done so well. They're so cute together because they work well and like they're only together for one season. And so they've done so well. So they don't have to play on Monday night, but they have practice. Okay, fine. Um, Then I said, he has to skip scouts on Tuesday night because we're all just so tired and we just can't do it. Like, we just can't juggle all of these balls. One has to drop, and it's
Literally.
okay. And then for real. And then Wednesday night, they have a playoff game, which is great. But if they win Wednesday night, then he has the championship on Friday night, which is not good because we have to play Friday night. So now the debate, exactly that face, Katie. Yes. So now it's like, well, what do you do? What do you do?
How big is his role?
I said, I don't know that I want to say.
Because, like,
He
could
has
he
a
play
couple
the playoffs
of,
Friday and then have the Saturday show?
So
Mhm.
that's what he and my husband um want to do. But I literally just got off the phone with my in-laws, so my husband's parents, and they are amazing people. And they said, and they're big sports people. My father-in-law, he ran the Junior Football League of Central Illinois, so this huge league, very much a sports person, but they both said, "No, he should do the play." And here's the reason that they gave, because they said, "You have to talk to your husband about this because he's not seeing it this way." Could the team, baseball team, play and still win on Friday night without him? The answer is yes, they could. Like, he's an integral part of the team because everyone is, but they have more players than they need because there's times when he's sitting on the bench,
Mhm.
rotating out. But could they do the play without him? And the answer is he'd have to teach someone to do that part, but this is dress rehearsal week, it's tech week. Like,
Mhm.
it's like, and the answer is, even if he teaches someone to do his 3 lines or whatever with the mic that he has, which is a big deal, his spot in the dance is gonna not be there, like, it's gonna be an open spot, and
Yeah.
not to mention I have to miss the championship game anyhow because I have to be at theater because 'cause I'm way more of an integral part of that show.
Yeah.
Like, I run all the sound for that, so, it's like,
Mhm.
it's so, and then my in-laws were like, "Okay, put it this way. If my husband, who's also a teacher, needed someone to do something for him that was really important, and the week of, they were like, 'Sorry, I can't do it.' And then the next year, they wanted to do that thing again. Would he want them to do it? What would his opinion of that student be
Yeah.
if they
A
said,
reliability.
"Sorry, like, you were counting on me to do this one thing,
Mhm.
and now I said I can't because I wanna do this other important thing in my life," you know?
It's a good point.
And then I thought, "Well, he's not gonna be with this baseball team next year. It's gonna be a completely different coach, team, like, everything, because some kids are moving up to the next level." It's like, well, who wants to miss a championship game when you're on a first place team? No one. But who wants to miss a play? No one. Like, we've been working at this since the beginning of February. So, anyhow, I've been stressing over that because the theater director is my friend, and I went to New York with her last year, and you know, women can be women in situations, and
That is true.
you know what I mean?
It's a tough one.
I can see
So,
both sides of it. I think it's just like y'all have to figure out what you wanna do.
mhm,
Ugh.
yeah. And totally unrelated, I saw a friend who, like, this is completely unrelated, but there's like, we can't really talk about the other situation anymore. But one of my friends, when she turned 40, she ran 40 miles in 40 days. Do you think I can do that in June
If you do a mile a
before I
day,
turn
What do you
yeah.
40?
mean?
So she said no, 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 like, not 40 miles in 40 days, 40 miles in 4 days.
Oh.
4 days.
4.
Oof.
4.
10 miles a day
I don't know why she did it, but, like,
10 a
just
day.
in a row though,
I
right?
think you
Like
can.
10, then 10, then 10, then
in
10.
a row.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Depends
Yeah.
if you've got the time
Person
and
hit you? Then stay in here. Yeah. We're also traveling up
like
to Chicago, so I don't know.
like where you're at in your training because I know you're gonna start training. Because when is your birthday again?
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, June 20th,
June.
I was gonna start training after that.
Yeah.
Um, so I think
So
it's
like
possible.
did she
I
do it
like,
like
saw that on Facebook.
yeah, did she start it like the day of her birthday and then do it right then or did she just choose whatever 4 days?
I think she did it, like, the 4 days leading up to her 40th.
Mm.
So I don't know. Anyhow, I just wanted to bring it up to other runners.
Yeah. I like
I
the
think you could.
40,
I mean,
40 days.
40, that's not a challenge.
A mile a day
That's not
for
a challenge at
40
all.
days.
That is not a challenge.
She just
40
get it
miles in
done.
40 days.
That would be if I were a beginner, like a total beginner and first learning how to run a full mile.
Mhm.
Like that.
It is a challenge, though, to try
wanna
to
do-
do a mile a day for that many days can be a challenge. Depending on what
I
your
already do
life
that,
schedule
though.
is.
I do more than that. No,
You don't ever have a day where
running
you
takes
don't run?
precedence. I count walking in there. So I do at least 2 miles a day.
Yeah,
Okay.
you do.
If you're
And I
counting
have been
walking,
doing
then
that,
that's
like,
fair.
I'm mhm.
No, I think
Another
you're
thing to weigh in on.
I think you do the 40 in 4 days. I think you can do it.
I might have to do it before we travel just so I have enough time because 10 miles takes a long time.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, what's going on with you ladies? Anything Texas to report?
Uh, I don't know. We're kind of I mean, it's busy down here. Like,
Mhm.
don't get me wrong, I'm about to go into an extremely this week's Teacher Appreciation Week,
Yes, it is.
and there's so much. Like, tomorrow, as a district, we're supposed to go deliver district gifts across the district. And so they assigned my boss, myself, and then the other lady who's in our department to a campus. And it's my old campus. So I get to go back to my old campus and deliver these gifts. And you usually go like door to door. And last year it was a backpack. I don't know what they'll get this year. I have no clue what it is. But they'll get their little gift and we'll say Happy Teacher Appreciation Week from the
So, like,
district.
every
And
teacher
they
gets
get
it?
it. So that's mhm.
Well, that's
Yeah.
nice.
So like they order whatever gift it is. Last year it was backpack. One year it was an umbrella. One year it was a Yeti cup. Another year. So I don't know what it's going to be this year. I haven't seen nor have I asked. So I'll find out tomorrow morning. But that'll take like 3 hours tomorrow morning to do. And then you know the phrase other duties as assigned. So my really big boss, like my boss's boss, came down to our hallway last week and was like, "Hey, um, so one of the high schools needs some extra help on Monday. Can you clear your schedule?" And when your like big boss tells you to clear your schedule, you're like, "Yes, ma'am. Whatever you need, we've got you." So we cleared our schedule and we said, "Okay, we'll finish passing out the gifts and then we'll go down to this high school, which is like 20 minutes away." She's like, "Yeah, that's fine." Um, And she's like, "Okay, well, so and so will send you the schedule of the day of what's going on." Because they're supposed to have like tons of parents and kids on campus. And they just wanted extra like adult supervision. We said, "Yeah, we can go help." So we get the schedule. They're supposed to be doing senior walks in the morning on the elementary campuses. And then they come back. And then the afternoon is what they put as senior play day. So where they will be like outside, blow up things like carnival style. And I was like, "Oh, I'm I'm gonna go help with senior play day." "Oh, okay, cool. Whatever you need." So we are taking on an other duties as assigned thing tomorrow.
Sounds like well, I don't know what the weather is, but I was going to say sounds like jeans to me. Actually, my first thought was sounds like joggers to me.
Well, I think my boss was okay if I wore those.
Good.
But here's the funny thing. After that, I have to go back to the other side of our district because I have to go participate in another district level like responsibility thing. And so I talked to somebody else who's done this before because this is my first year to do this, right? Like this is my first year to have all these like type of responsibilities. And I said, "I got asked to partake in senior play day. Like I'm not going to be in my normal nice like work dress clothes." And they're like, "Oh, it's okay." And I'm like, "Are you sure?" like, I'm going to be probably
Is it, though?
stinky. I'm going to be like, are you sure? Like, I'm not going to be. And like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like, okay. So this week is just absolutely loaded because Tuesday we're delivering more teacher appreciation gifts to my department of people I work with, the instructional coaches I work with. So I'm going to be driving all over the district this week. Like, I get paid and reimbursed for gas, but
I was going to say,
I'm going
do
to
you
be
get
driving
reimbursed? Because these gas
everywhere.
prices,
Oh,
I
it
filled
doesn't
up
match the
on,
current gas prices whatsoever. It does not.
I filled
It's
up
like,
Thursday morning and I wanted to throw up.
Okay, so my in-laws, when I talked to them today, I talked to them this afternoon about like 3:00. They were like 30 miles west of Indy, and they passed by a gas station, and my mother-in-law was like, $5.94? What?
Where was she at? Was $5.94? Mine was
Like 30. She
$4.99, and
said
I
she
thought
was.
that was insane.
She said that they were like 30 miles west of Indy, so they passed through Indy to go
Yeah.
down to Illinois.
I just filled up at $3.75.
I filled up
You
today
have
at Costco, and it was
375.
that's cheap.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
mine
When you
was
said $4.99, I was like, what?
$4.99. I wanted to throw up when it hit over $100. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be making it took over $100 to fill my tank. I wanted to throw up.
Oh
So
my
bad.
gosh.
It's
Yeah.
at Costco today I paid $4.16, and that was I mean it's not that much higher like in other places, but why is this still going on?
The fact that yours is
Why?
under $4 though. I'm like, why is yours under
I
4 and
know.
ours is almost 5?
We passed somewhere and I was like,
Oh.
380? No, I can go to Costco and get it like 375, 372, and that's where we decided to go fill up. But 499?
I have not ever seen it that high. Ever. It's so sickening.
When I first started driving, and I know the situation's different, but when I first started driving, 99 cents.
Right?
99 cents. I know that's not realistic right now. Like, I know. I get it. But 99 cents. I thought, oh, okay.
Like, people
That's
are
fine.
not going to be able to afford to go anywhere.
No.
Like,
Well,
my
Spirit
husband and I are
Airlines
going to
just
need to
shut
start
down permanently.
carpooling.
Yeah, so I think they reimburse me, and y'all are gonna laugh at this. So gas costs $3.75 right now. I want to say they reimburse like $1.80 per gallon, like per
That's not
mile.
even realistic.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. So last month, because I like did all my mileage. So for the month of April, I think I drove. Now I can't do it to my office, and I drive 25 miles to my office every single day. I can't do it from my house, but let's say I start on my side of the district and then I go into the office, like I start another school, I can count that. So it's like wherever I start my day and then I go to other campuses, that's what I can count.
Yeah.
And so April, I had like 130 miles and I got reimbursed $80. Isn't that cool?
It's a good thing your gas isn't
So-
$4.99.
I know. So I giggled. I said, "Oh, that's a tank and a half." Not even a half, like a tank and a 3/4. I don't know. It wasn't. I was like, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna be driving a lot this week, and I know I can like put it on my mileage, but it's not gonna make a difference. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that sucks.
But senior
So-
play day.
I get to partake in senior play day tomorrow, so we're gonna see how that goes.
And a
I'll,
Monday. That's crazy.
So they are trying to do things every single day to
Mhm.
keep the kids coming because it's their prom week this weekend. So this next weekend is their prom.
I feel like that's
And-
late Wow.
It's
Mom.
very late. But if I remember when I was in high school, my prom like weekend fell on Mother's Day as well. And I think just trying to like schedule all the nice ballrooms and, areas. Like a lot of people go down to Galveston to have prom, and then they also go into like downtown to these hotels to have their prom because they have to like have big like locations for them because our high
I was gonna
schools are so
say,
big down here.
I feel like
Um,
Texas has to have a good prom story. Like, there's got to be something in Texas that you guys do differently at prom. No big mums.
oh my God, I do have one. I
Oh,
have one.
yes.
I have to tell you about last weekend. Thank you. You made me.
Is this
Okay.
anything I'll need to Google?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I'm ready.
you may have to go to Facebook. So may just have Facebook open on the side. Um,
Look at us.
so I am gonna say the high school name because you're gonna have to look it up. Um, so it was one of our local high schools last week. Shadow Creek High School was their prom. And they like to do prom send-offs, like pretty elaborate, right? So much so that they'll do setups in front of the garages with like the big letters, the balloons. So Saturday afternoon, I'm scrolling Facebook. And then Sunday afternoon, I'm scrolling Facebook, and there's this like build out of this like almost it's a stage production company that came to this house and started putting like 2x4s, things like covering the entire front of the house. And then they put these LED screens up in front of this house. And hold on, my boss posted on her Facebook. So I'm going to tell you like exactly the company to look for. So they start posting all of this. They made it look like the front of a hotel and then gave the hotel name the name of the kid. And like, I don't even know. It was so elaborate, like LED um style, like elevated. I mean, it was the most bougie, extravagant. Okay, look up Cashmere Productions event on Facebook. I wonder if I can send it to y'all. I bet I can.
Cashmere
But I don't want to
Productions.
say.
They're
Did
in
you
front of a
find it?
There's like one that's in front of a
It
house. It's the first
looks
thing
like
that comes
this.
up. Oh no, hold on.
Yeah, but it is in front of a house. And they like build it out.
Yeah. Okay, so I am looking at that.
So this was one of yes.
I'm on the wrong thing. What am I looking up?
This. Yeah.
It's the first thing that comes up.
I
Cashmere
can't
with a
find it.
K. Sorry, I should have said that.
Oh,
Cashmere with a
that's
K.
why.
Prom
So,
send off just got shut down.
My
they didn't
goodness.
shut it down. They got a massive bill from from the HOA, like the HOA billed them. Like gave them a citation, but they said we don't care. Um they hired people to pretend like they were not pretend, but like they were hotel like doorsmen.
Servant.
They
Yeah.
like catered like steak, and I mean it was the most extravagant prom send off I have ever seen in my life.
That is
Like
insane.
my send off was in the backyard and we took pictures in front of the lake that backed up to my grandparents' house. Like that was my send off.
This is just prom. This is like what's
Yes.
that show when they have their 16th birthday? Was
Yes,
on
we were
Oh, My
just
Sweet 16 or yes.
yes, it's when they're not bar mitzvah. What is it? Their quinceañera, right? Like when they would
Yeah.
have those.
Yes.
There was that show. We were just talking about that in the lounge the other day. How insane they are.
We
I
were
mean,
kind of
these
talking about this at work and how much money they spent
insane.
on it, and it had to have been like well over $20,000. Mhm.
Like, is that
Mhm.
normal or just these people decided to go all out?
No, they decided to go all out. So usually our prom send-offs have the big light up letters that say the
Yeah.
year, and they do like a little carpet down the driveway with some balloons, and they take the pictures. That's usually a prom send-off now here in Texas. Um, this one that I just showed y'all, that's the most Texas-sized, like, prom send-off I've ever seen in my life. I was watching
Yeah.
it Sunday, and I was like, "This can't be real. Like, this is insane."
Yeah, I cannot believe that. Yeah. You just gotta
It's
go look it up.
so crazy.
They don't even show the girl that's
You
going to the
really do.
prom.
It's a boy, so it's the boy's
Oh,
house.
but they don't show his
His
date or
date, and
anything?
then
It's
there were
just
some
him?
other dates that showed up. I think for, like, security purposes.
Oh.
The company honestly so that's the company's video. The company was just showing kinda, like, what they did. And I was like, "Well, yeah, y'all, like, went all out." I mean, that had to have cost, like, $10,000 to $20,000. I'm gonna go with more like $20,000. That's just me. And this was for prom. Like, and then you saw they drove in the nice cars and yes. So if you wanted like a Texas-sized story, we had a Texas-sized prom send-off last week.
My gosh, and it's like a
That
walkway.
is insane.
Yes.
It's I just can't
Mhm.
get
That
over
is
it.
insane.
This might
Huh.
be bigger than the
There was,
mums.
like, this is well, prom's a bigger deal than homecoming,
It
although
depends, like,
maybe not in Texas.
sometimes
I
homecoming's a
mean,
bigger deal, but now that this send-off has come out and it became viral down here, like, it's everywhere. Tons of
now they've
people have
set the
seen it. I
bar.
mean, it was all over my Facebook for days. You've set the bar, so I wanna know what people are gonna do next year, like, I can only imagine they're gonna, and then we have another local high school's prom. Like I said, they're doing their play day on Monday and they have it next weekend. This other high school, they the high school's in another very affluent area. So the high school you just saw, they were in a very affluent area. Um, this other high school in our district is another affluent area. So I'd be really interested to see if anybody from that school saw this and said, "Oh, bet. I would not be
Bet.
surprised if I see some more extravagant send-offs happen next weekend." I don't know. 'Cause
Oh my
it's funny,
god.
people down here get competitive about it. They see that and they're like, "Oh, I wanna become viral. I wanna do this." So, I have no idea. Um, we joke at work, we're like, "I didn't have this when I was in school." And I'm one of the younger ones in my building, and all the other people are like, this was not a thing." They're like, "You just went outside, took a picture with your date and corsage, and you went on your way."
You try to
But
find
I've
the
been seeing,
prettiest,
like,
like,
I don't
tree or bush to stand by.
Yes. Uh-huh.
yeah, oh,
Oh.
100%. Um, I don't know why this came up because, like, obviously, I don't have a kid in high school. I don't know anyone in high school. Um, but there's these girls who are getting ready, and as they're getting ready, like, they're like, "We're getting dressed up, but we'll probably only be at the prom for, like, 30 minutes. That's just to, like, take pictures, and then we'll just, like, go to a party," and wear pajamas.
Yes, they have themed parties now too.
What?
S Yes. So they get dressed in their prom dress, they go for, like, maybe an hour, and then they leave, and they go to these after parties where they're themed parties. I've
But it's not
seen
after party because it's not after the prom. It's just after they go to the prom.
Yes. Yes. And it's like I saw a Mamma Mia themed one, I saw a Luau themed one. I mean, they're all different types of themes, and they dress up, and mhm. I'm like, prom is like a really expensive now, like, it's a whole thing. Yeah. I wasn't that way when I was in school.
No, I went to the whole thing, and then they bused us to we had prom at downtown Chicago, and then they bused us, like, to it's called Navy Pier. So,
Oh,
Mhm.
it's
yeah.
like there's, like, a big Ferris wheel, there's, like, things to do around there, and
Oh, yeah, I've heard of it, yeah.
yeah, and then they bused us, and then they rented out a boat called the Spirit of Chicago, and we were on that boat from, like, I don't know, 11 to 2 in the morning or whatever so that they could, I mean, obviously other people like
Mhm.
had after parties, I'm sure, but like to avoid any of that, they like sent us on this boat and then they brought us back to the school at like 3 in the morning or something like that. That was enough for me.
Yeah.
It probably did help control with some of those after prom parties they were there.
Oh, I bet.
Well, a lot of these parties now are at houses, and so people just go to that house and stay there.
Which
Yeah.
is safe
It's safe, like,
to a
I
point.
to a point,
Yeah.
there's a
To a
lot of
point.
boy and girl, yeah. Mhm.
Well, and just things that
I'm sure
happen
there's a lot
in
of drinking
general
too,
and
though.
nowadays.
A ton of
Yeah.
Drinking and
drinking.
just
Mhm.
other stuff
Yeah,
that
we have
people get
friends.
into and yeah, no.
Mhm. We have friends that, the wife, she our friends are 60 and 70, okay? And,
You did
the wife has
the
this
church friends,
business.
right?
They're church friends, and they're some of our really, really, really good friends. More like also like marriage, like mentors, it just like
Yes.
turned into
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but like the wife has a business. It's it's called like something like Hands for Hire, something like that, where they go in and they'll like be servers and bartenders at stuff for weddings, graduation parties, they'll help like around the holidays, they'll serve and clean the dishes and things like that. And so now obviously graduation parties are coming up and
Mhm.
they said even like they've done once a year they do a derby party. And so they just did that. And but anyhow, so at these graduation parties, it's like, "Oh, these graduates are taking booze down to the basement, but it's okay. They're at home." And it's like, "But is it? Is it okay? We sure that's okay?" I don't think it's okay. But like, the parents and I'm like, "Okay, listen." But then this puts us in a sticky situation because the parents are our age sometimes, maybe a little bit older. It's like, "Sorry, that's not okay." I know it's an opinion, but
That's why I would rather his friends come to my house because then I know what's happening. Like, I'll
Mhm.
host. Do you guys want to come here?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Allison,
That's
what's
what
going on in
I'm
your
not.
life?
Oh, finally done with testing. Well, I learned testing,
Mhm,
finish that up, and then we have a break for a week, and then we have to take the NWA test, which is whatever. And
mhm.
then,
Mm.
yeah, just trying to sail to the end. But no, Oliver had a doubleheader today again, but he did amazing. He got 4 hits and a walk, so no strikeouts. He had an amazing, beautiful catch. Like he did so well today. And of course, my husband wasn't able to be there. He coaches the ninja classes for gymnastics. Well, they once or twice a year they do the ninja games where it's a competition, and they asked him to judge it and help with it because he does all the older kids anyways. And so he said yes to it because when they asked, and his game was never on the calendar, it got scheduled later. So I'm like, that's all right. Like you can always watch it through Game Changer. Like I took video of every hit today, so at least I did that. But I'm like, oh, of course you played amazing and your dad wasn't there. I'm like, part of it probably could have been you felt less pressured without having dad there. Because I know growing up, I felt a lot of pressure from my dad versus my mom. It's just something about dads because like after the game they talk to you about what you did, and I know they don't mean any harm by it. They're just trying to help you improve, but then it's like it's just different. So, and then my dad wasn't there. My mom came. And of course, my dad is like he's one of those like superstitious people. Last weekend, he got that hit on his first game. And he came to the second game and he didn't do well. He's like, "Oh, it's cuz I'm here. It's cuz I'm here. I should have never came. Should have never came." I'm like, Dad, that is not why. He doesn't play better just because you're here or not. And then, of course, he did well today and my dad wasn't there. I'm like, he's going to say it's him, but we don't know because John wasn't there either. So it could be either
Mhm.
one of them. But he did. He did such a good job and he was so proud of himself. So for him, like, that's just that confidence boost that he needs to help him in the other games. So I was super, super proud. And then we have a full weekend next weekend, Mother's Day weekend. We play Saturday, and then however we play Saturday determines our schedule Sunday. So we don't know. But praise the Lord, we were supposed to play at 8 a.m. on Saturday, which meant we were supposed to be at the park at 7:20 a.m. And that park is an hour away from where we live. And I was like, we're going to have to leave at 6 a.m. So my mom was going to watch Hayes overnight so that we didn't have to worry about him. Which I'm like, okay, Oliver's going to be jealous. He's going to be like, well, why does he get to stay the night? I'm like, we'll find another time for you. We'll figure it out. Well, then on my drive home, the coach messaged, they updated the schedule. So now we don't play until 2 and 4 on Saturday. I'm like, amen. Like trying to be at the ballpark by 7:20 when you live an hour away. I'm like, we're going to have to leave at 6 a.m. He's going to be asleep like on Mother's Day weekend of all weekends. So thankfully that is changed because I love baseball, but not that early. I'm not a morning person. And then speaking of baseball, so we did this reading baseball thing with our kids this year. It was the first time doing it because my coworker did it and we're like, oh, let's try it out. We will definitely make some tweaks to it next year because it was like a monthly book report. And so they would have to fill out like this book report and they would have like 10 different options for projects. And then based on their grades, like, so if they got an A, they would get a home run. If it was like a B, that they would go to third base. And then we were like trying to track how many runs they got by the end. And then they would earn like a wooden bat that we would decorate for them. It got to be so much work on our end that we're like, yeah, let's just do if they turn one in, it's a run. Like, and you just have to have 5. Like, I was like, I'm not even grading these anymore. I'm just marking how many they've done. So I think I have like 8 that did it. So I've got to get these wooden bats. And I'm like, okay, how do I want to do these bats? As I wanted to get them like the regular, like 17-inch ones that are probably like $3 a piece versus I could get like the 8, which will be like $1 a piece. But I was looking up different, like, because I was going to put their names on them and then have them come in at lunch and recess and like have a decorating party where they get to design and decorate their own. But then I saw I don't know if it was a teacher or not because I looked up on TikTok for ideas and they made it look like a pencil so that the end looked like the pencil tip. So they painted each bat to look like a pencil. I'm like, well, that'd be kind of cute since it's school related. So I might do that, but I'm still debating if I want to do the longer pencil like bats or go shorter with making them look like a pencil. But I don't know.
So you're gonna paint it, not the kids?
Yes. Well, if I do the pencil, I was going to paint them all and give them to the kids. I only have like 8 kids, 8 to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Or I bring in stuff and the kids could do it. I don't know. I'm debating.
That always, like, all those things seem like a great idea,
I know until you do it.
and then yeah.
Because I still have to
Yeah.
like put together their end of the year
Yeah.
keychains on top of, yeah, it's great. This is Teacher Appreciation Week, but I have to also think of teacher gifts to give too. So I'm like, ugh, it is a
Mhm.
lot. It's like all the things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's hard to keep track of those things. I think
Yeah.
some people will be like, "Yeah, I'm doing this," and I'm like, "But can you keep up with it?" Like,
Mhm.
listen, I know that, like, when was it? Maybe, like, during spring break or something, or oh, no, maybe in January, I told you guys, I was like, "Listen, I'm 6 weeks out in planning. Everything's planned out. You wanna
Yes.
know what's in my plan book right now?
Nothing.
Not a thing. Not a thing. You wanna know what we're doing? ABC countdown. We have moms with muffins this week. So Mother's Day craft. Okay, we have donuts with dads next week. Okay, so Father's Day crafts. That's what we're doing. That's what we're, and I'm teaching phonics in the morning. That's about it. Nothing is written in my plan book. I'm like, where are we going to specials today? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Where'd we go yesterday?
Yeah. I have a stack of like 4 things of papers that I haven't looked at. We're reading the book Tuck right now as like a novel study and doing a lot of review. And they have like a written response every day for it. I'm like, their writing is crap right now because all they've been doing is testing and they're just burnt out. So I'm like, honestly, I'll probably briefly look at it and then put it to the side. Like, it's not worth giving them a grade on because it's not their best. And we were technically told in our data meeting that at this point in the year, we shouldn't be we are given the okay to do like I do, we do instead of I do, we do, you do. Like they don't necessarily need independent work since it's all kind of review and like explicit teaching and practicing more. I'm like, okay, then I'm not going to stress about having work that they're submitting and turning in. It's more group things or don't burn out on the grade book because
Okay, I'm looking at the time. I know that we
Yeah.
need to like wrap this up, but I know this time of year people are still wondering. We talked about this last week. People are still wondering where they're going to be next year, what grade level, whatever. I got an email on Tuesday morning from my principal. Can you come talk to me about next year? Like, come to my office. Okay. What is she going to say? She asked if I wanted to teach pre-kindergarten. I was like, I know that look. I know. So first of all, pre-kindergarten is a completely different certification than what I have. I am K9. That was like, and I'm sure that's like when you guys went to school too, there was a K5 and then there was like a
They're
middle
all
school,
different.
high, like, right? So like you could get that
Mine's
extra.
4 through 8.
Really? That's a Texas thing.
Texas thing. We're special.
But but mine was elementary ed, and then I got endorsed in middle school and math. Like that was just like and then eventually science. Um so I said, "Well, when do you want to know? Like when would you like me to tell you?" And she was like, "Oh, end of day." I was like, "What? Do you not know I came from 5th grade last year? 5th grade to kindergarten, and you're asking me if I want to teach VPK?" And all their points were completely valid. Like my energetic personality, the fact that I sing all day long, like great with language building, like great with classroom management. But I was like, listen, I don't have that certification. So spoiler alert, I said no, but like I don't have that certification, so, like, not only would I need to take a test, because usually in Florida, like, it's like, "You wanna teach PE, but you're not certified? Go take a test. Get the job." Okay, um, but I'd
Yeah,
need to take a couple
same.
of classes. Like, I'd need to take a couple of 20-hour classes and then take a couple of tests and then figure out how to even teach that level. So, I did do my research, I did talk to people, I did look at what the schedule looks like, and the schedule is pretty easy, but, like, I was like, "No, you know what? No, I'm good." I sincerely hope that this episode for all of our listeners, has been as, entertaining as we have thought that, it was, because this is great. Please make sure that you, immediately search up everything that Katie talked about and looked at all the ridiculous prom things that are absolutely coming up because everything is absolutely bigger in Texas, and this has been proven. So until next week, we love you guys. And yes.
Yes.
Thanks for sipping and sharing a moment with us today. We can't wait to keep showing up with you each week. Messy, caffeinated, and real.
And if you like what you heard, we'd be so grateful if you'd follow, subscribe, or share this with your teacher bestie, mom group chat, or training partner, or all three. It helps more people find our little corner of chaos and connection.
Make sure to hit follow so you don't miss next week's episode. And don't forget to connect with us on Instagram at Espresso Yourself Podcast. Tell us what resonated, share your own stories, what topics you want us to cover, or just come say hi.
Until next time, keep showing up.
Keep giving yourself grace.
And espresso yourself.
One
sip at a time.
time.